What are you thinking? Sorry, kid. You're just gonna have to wait till you're older.
Well, what is going on, City Groove? I am so excited that you guys are here, you guys are present, and you guys are alive. This is a huge deal. If I haven't got the chance to meet you, my name is Quentin and I serve on the Next Gen team, and I also part of Radiant College. Yeah! It is just a complete honor to be here and just to deliver this message for you guys. Welcome my Heights crew, welcome our St. Pete crew, welcome our North Tampa crew, welcome our South Tampa crew, and foremost, welcome our Brandon crew. I'm so glad you guys are joining in and just so alive here so you guys could just hear this message. Guys, Pastor Aaron's message from last week was phenomenal. I mean, the best. Guys, wasn't that a great message? Like, good. We are in a collection that is called Too Young to Be Done. We've already talked about Esther, Timothy, and David, and now I get the honor to close out the series with Mary. One of my favorite seasons involves with candy canes and hot cocoa and trees and caroling and cookies. It has to do with the best time of the year. Everyone feels so jolly, 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 jolly. So if you said Christmas, then you guys are correct. Christmas time is one of my favorite years, and it's this one famous person that pops up during Christmas, and her name is Mary. So when Mary was engaged, she was between the ages 12 and 14. So when later on, an angel came down and said that you are pregnant with the Son of God inside you. So later on, everyone found out it wasn't Joseph's baby. So everyone was just judging her, looking at her differently, talking about her around the towns, you know, just completely out judging her. But no one knew the true background of it. Can you guys imagine to feel like Mary, to be talked about, to be just looked differently by your friends and close ones? Can you just feel that? Have you guys ever felt like you were being judged? Have you guys ever felt like your friends were judging you? Like you're that person because God told you to do something and you were obedient? I know I felt like that a lot of times when God told me to do something I was very obedient with. It was this one time, and it was this one specific time where I remember that my sister called me. She was like, hey, I know you're gonna go to college and stuff. Like, we would love for you to just hang out with us, have the whole college experience. You'll get to meet the dean, you'll meet the professors, the administrative staff. Like, you'll meet my friends. It'll be a cool time. So I was like, okay, like I can get an early access of college. Like, what senior doesn't want this? So I was super stoked. I was super excited. So that's when I just started like driving over there. And then when I got there and stuff, they were telling me, hey, you could just meet me in my dorm and we can go from there. So I'm just running, skipping, and hopping up those stairs. And I opened the door and stuff, and all her friends were like welcoming me and greeting me like, it's finally nice to meet you. I hope you're excited for your first freshman year of college and stuff. So I walked in and I was meeting the friends, and they're just so excited that I'm here. They're like, are you ready for your first college experience? And I'm like, yeah, I am. It's gonna be the best. And all of a sudden, one of my sister's friends pulls out a bag of drugs, and I'm like, whoa. And literally in that moment, God told me, you need to walk around the campus. So I'm just sitting here like so nervous and shaking, and I feel kind of like sweating, but who's like, you know, everyone sweats when they're nervous, and everyone's starting to catch on. And everyone was like, hey, are you okay, bro? I'm like, yeah, like I'm totally doing good. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I should be in this room right now. So like, I'm gonna just go into the game room lounge and just chill over there and stuff. And then everyone was like, okay. And it wasn't like that, okay, go. It was like that, okay. So like an hour and a half later, I walked back in the room and stuff, and I was like, yeah, like I had fun in the game room, so like that, and everyone was like, tell us the truth. You just didn't want to be around us and stuff because we were doing drugs. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really comfortable. And everyone was saying like, yeah, Quinton, this is part of the experience. Like, you're lame. Like, you should have just did it with us. Like, I don't know why you were just making it like a small thing. And I'm just like, listen, guys, like, I can't be around this. Like, this is not the experience I want. Like, I expected something way better than this and stuff. So I was just like, listen, I love you guys, but this is not where it's at. I'm just gonna go home. And so I just drove home, and I really felt bad because I felt like the person of the lame guy or like the party pooper. But I, in the long run, was obedient to God by listening to what he said when he said, get out of there, just walk around. And just, it goes along with Mary. Like, I knew that like God was with me in my situation and how I was feeling. And God was with Mary when everyone was judging her and talking about her around the town and stuff. So it brings me to a verse that is James 1:22 says, do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. What separates us from the world and from what the world wants is obedience to God. And here's the point of it all, basically, is that we are gonna be judged when we implement works from the Bible. Like, when we implement the practices from the Bible, we're gonna be looked at differently. Our friends are gonna start to notice, and they're not gonna like what we're doing. Everyone's gonna see a new, different thing inside of you because you're doing what the Bible is telling you to do. Like, you're not doing what the world is doing, you're doing what the Bible says. And this also brings me to this one verse as well. And it says, John 15, verse 18, if the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. That's a powerful verse. Next time when your mom or your dad or any type of family member asks you like, why are you serving so much on Sundays? Remember, God has called you to do that and you're being obedient to God. Like, don't feel bad to follow what God has told you to do. You are doing the good thing. You don't have to worry about what the world views you now because God views you something different than what the world has to offer you. So tell me this, guys. What is something that God is telling you right now in this season, right now to do, and you feel like you're going to be judged for it? Whatever God is speaking to you right now, and if you say yes to, and you go out there and you feel that you're going to be judged because you did that task that God told you to do, whether it's doing a Bible study after school with your friends, whether it's bringing people to city groups, bringing people to Vibe, spreading out invite cards, praying over people in the middle of a hallway during passing periods of class. Like, what is something that God is telling you right now that you feel like your friends or other people is going to judge you for? Regardless of what it is, regardless of what God asked me to do, regardless of what people think, I know that deep down in my personal life, if God tells me something, I'm going to be obedient and I'm going to do it regardless of what they think about it, regardless of how they feel about it. I know in the long run, it's going to benefit me very, very well. I have to remind myself that what God did through Mary, he can do a lot through me as well. And she was young, just like you guys are young. So I encourage you guys, City Group, I encourage you that whatever God is speaking to you, whatever it is, whatever the task, be obedient because it's always going to be beneficial in the long run. You guys, I know the conversations are going to be good and healthy. So let's just open up to our small group leaders. Let's just have healthy conversations of what has God spoken to you and what is God wanting you to do and how are you going to be obedient by it, regardless of what are you going to be judged. So City Group, I love you. I hope you guys do good in your conversation, your small groups. And remember, guys, you rock.